Is beauty actually a real thing, or do we just think it is? So we could probably all agree that a sunset is beautiful. If I ask probably the majority of people, I don't know that there's anybody who would say a sunset or a sunrise is really ugly. So when it comes to nature, do we have this kind of unconscious collective agreement that something is beautiful? Same with, say, an orchestra or symphony. That maybe can be a little bit different because it's based on preferences. But could we say, oh, well, I have a preference for garbage over a sunset? Probably not. So is there something ingrained in us where we just feel something is beautiful? But when it comes to people or babies, cue the Seinfeld ugly baby episode, we can have a difference of opinion. Animals. We don't think, some people think snakes are cute, other people do not, like myself. Some people think babies are cute and some people do not. I won't say like myself. So what is it about that? Well, people are complex, and the thing about nature, nature just is, and nature is never going to stand you up, for example. So when it comes to our definition of beauty, I mean, we have moved or shifted to a more topical version of beauty. So I was at the hair salon yesterday, obviously, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking around me and all the girls working there, even getting their hair done. I could say the same thing about myself because I am blonde. A lot of them look the same. And I'm like, do we have this general identification of beauty? Well, yeah, societal expectations. But we all have different preferences, what we're attracted to. Why is that? Why can we all agree that a sunset is a beautiful thing and not all people think that fake boobs and bleach blonde hair is? Preference, right? Nature just is. It's never going to really let you down, but we see a person, for example, and something in our brain, something kind of clicks. We associate it with something maybe from our past. So we have kind of this default setting that society has programmed into us, definition of beauty, like being thin. I mean, obviously the landscape is changing, but being thin, you know, having certain look to you, makeup, right? Having proportion, all kinds of things. And this leads to a lot of body image issues in women especially, but also men, you know, because men aren't supposed to be scrawny, they're supposed to be strong. So we have all these societal expectations. And I've done a video before, many videos on societal expectations. And what is kind of, it's almost like we're on cruise control throughout life. And we have these default settings of beauty and they're just ingrained in us. So, but when it comes to something like nature, it just is. It just is. So think about that just for a second. How our own experiences in life really attract certain things or make us be attracted to certain things. It's all based on this computer in our head. But we can't say, I mean, we know the sun rises and sunsets every day. It's never going to disappoint us. There was never a day where we're like, oh, I hate the sunset because it didn't come out yesterday. No, it's always there. It's always stable. But people are complex. We have layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of ourselves. When you think about something like beauty, there really is no truth to it. It's based on perception. But is there something about nature or about something that's very natural and organic that we don't, I mean, we don't put makeup on nature, right? We don't put implants on nature. We don't do anything. It just happens. We could say natural disasters disappoint us, but we can also appreciate the power in them and the beauty in them just because they're out of our control in our landscape. So it could be frightening, but we can also appreciate that it's actually a beautiful thing because it's just like there. It's just there. So you could look at it organic versus topical, right? So it's it just is versus it's what we expect it to be in a sort of way. So when you think of beauty, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you know, and it comes to yourself, and if you're down on yourself because, oh, I'm not beautiful, or I feel fat, or I feel just not as pretty as all the other girls, or not as attractive as all the other guys, and all kinds of stuff. Just think about that for a second. You are part of nature. You are part of this organic thing that just is. Everything else is just topical solution. It's stuff we've been programmed to think and believe, and all of these expectations of us. That's all bullshit, right? We could throw that out the window, because at the end of the day, you are the universe within you. You are nature within you. You are like that sunset and that sunrise. You are part of it all, right? So all that other stuff is basically static in your life. It's static. So if you're thinking that you're not beautiful, or you're, you know, I don't know, you have a pimple or something, that's all static. It's all disruption in the beautiful landscape of everything else. So when you go outside and you look at nature, and that you're part of nature, it has an emotional effect on you. People can have an emotional, I mean, we have an emotional tie to that, but that's based off our experiences in life and the perception, what we see, right? Senses. But something like a sunrise or sunset, or watching the ocean, it can really kind of open our eyes to beauty, and how we are part of that beauty. We're not separate from it, right? So therefore, we are beauty, if you think about it. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just want to kind of broaden the perspective around beauty, and realizing that static is static. It's like static on your TV. But, you know, once you get past that, you have a clear picture of everything around you and yourself. So on that note, have a great day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.